what's going on when it comes to Signature Bank. We know that this is a key intermediary between cryptos and fiat currency. Belle, this is kind of, we bring this together in terms of the jigsaw of what happened to SVB and, of course, the impact of Silvercrest.
Yeah, that's right. So you had what's really interesting is when you put it all into comparison here. So SVB and Silvergate, they are two banks that both of those had concentration risk, because while Silvergate was focusing on the crypto world, SVB was focusing on the VC world. Now, essentially what's happened is we have another bank, Signature Bank, which was really seen as being perhaps the key bank, as you said, Heidi, the intermediary between the fiat world and also traditional finance. This is how crypto players could get their money on and off exchanges here. Now, it was seen as sort of perhaps not so much as a winner, but really the last bank standing for the crypto world after the collapse of Silvergate. But Signature Bank rather, had already taken steps to try and protect themselves from all the fluctuations in the crypto sector, because they had reduced the amount of crypto deposits they were holding to around 23%. However, that has not stopped what we're just hearing now, that essentially it is now being taken in possession. And we do have a statement coming out from the Department of Financial Services. They're essentially saying that the New York Department of Financial Services has now taken possession of Signature Bank, and that is pursuant to Section 606 of New York banking law. And the move really, again, as we're hearing, it's about protecting depositors here. So the FDIC now appointed as receiver of the bank. Signature Bank, it is a New York State chartered commercial bank. It is FDIC insured here. Total assets are around $110 billion. Total deposits around $88 billion. But certainly this is a hugely developing story. It has a lot of ramifications for the crypto world and also for stable coins as well, Sherry.
Belle, you said it, right? I mean, a lot to do with just backstopping all of this contagion fears in the banking sector right now. And we're hearing from a bunch of U.S. regulators, whether it's FDIC, the Treasury, the Fed, also coming out with actions in the wake of what's happening with not only Signature Bank, but SVB as well. And just as Heidi mentioned, that SVB depositors will have access to all of their money on Monday, how much does this really change that risk sentiment in the markets?
I can only see it really just extending throughout the session, Sherry, because there is so much uncertainty around this, and it does perhaps point to a deterioration of the credit conditions, which is obviously something that's closely watched. Would it really change the calculus for a Fed rate decision? Not necessarily. Perhaps a smaller hike still in order here, but certainly it's going to be very closely watched by the crypto sector, because there's still a lot of unknowns here. Something a lot of people are going to be watching today is what happens, for instance, for stable coins, because this is now, again, a very key intermediary between the fiat and the crypto world, a way that people can access and move money around exchanges. But a lot of these were holding deposits at banks like Signature, Silvergate, a lot of things that still need to be unraveled in this area.